Next year about to go crazy. I'm like, I done made it this far with a phone. Wait till I get a real video team behind me.
Oh yeah.
All right, we are live. All right, y'all. What up, though? Fridays. Happy Friday to you. Today we got my boy Reggie P back again, talking about the Wayne County tax auction. We're gonna kind of do a recap about what happened during this past, or I think it's still going on, tax auction. Church announcement: there are none for the first time in a while. Real estate Fridays, as of right now, are no longer since y'all cousins wanted to steal my vehicle. I'm just like, forget everybody right now. Like, I'm over it. I was already starting to feel like that because I felt like people weren't appreciating the value that we really put out here for free. And like a
Right.
lot of the info that I be giving the city for free is like, dog, people be paying me a lot of money for this stuff that I'm just giving y'all. So you know what? Y'all don't appreciate it. Y'all don't respect it. Then go back, get your notebook out, and and listen to that stuff, and you'll be great. If not, you can always rent from me later on in life.
Yeah, that's
All right.
true.
You want to
We
introduce
we gotta
yourself?
start doing. Remember, I texted you and was like, we gotta start doing some reaction videos.
Hey, we gonna do that one. Let me know what day you want to do it, cause I watched
Hey,
that shit. I was like, ain't no way.
man, that's only like the tip of the iceberg. My wife got me up on watching all of those. I was like, that made me scared to rent again, rent property. So I'm like, there's people out there that think like that. But yeah, it's crazy.
Was she a Section 8 tenant or a regular? See, I'm only doing Section 8.
She was a regular tenant because she
See,
kept saying she got sick or something like that.
that's the
But
problem. No
her
more.
girl was in the background coaching her. I'm like, you don't realize she at court? That was
Now y'all
crazy.
both going to jail.
Yup.
I'm gonna go on there and post a clip of it. I'm gonna have to clip it down in that AI I've been using. It's like this AI is crazy. Like, so all them clips I've been posting, that's AI. It's
Yep.
another one I'm practicing called Taja AI, and that one takes your YouTube. So like when we done with this live, I'm gonna make it unpublished or unsolicited or something like that, and then I post a link in Taja AI. It break it down by the chapters. It get a summary and it make a thumbnail.
Oh, sweet.
I was like, damn, this
Okay.
thing hell.
Wait, hold on. Let me put down. You
I'm gonna
said
send you my link so I can get my little sign up thing because I got a
okay.
few.
Yeah, do that. Yep.
And it's another one I'm about to try. I seen the ad. So this one replaces 10 employees. It's called Sidja or something. So like
Okay.
if you got 10 office employees, it replaces all of them.
Damn.
I think that's like 100 a month. So I'm
That's
like, that's my goal this whole rest of this year. I'm about to learn all this AI stuff and run it up.
that's crazy.
Hey, I'm
Uh,
for it.
Everybody got his get a skill set.
I keep telling folks like y'all better get y'all some skills or skill trade. Construction ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Nowhere. Are you want to introduce yourself to the people in case it's they, first time?
Okay, I'm Reginald Perryman. Reggie is realestate.com is the site to find me at. Real estate broker and investor. Pretty much everything real estate.
All right. So did you bid on anything at the auction or bid for anybody?
Yeah, I actually end up bidding on something. Didn't win, so it's no big problem. I still end up buying a house anyway and flipping it. But yeah, I didn't win the one I was looking at. It was people. The house I bid it on was with a partner, and we was trying to get it, but some of the numbers was just crazy.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. A lot of people DM me and thank me because they won some lots on the Greenway. So
Yep.
that's what I'm gonna do next year because people be forgetting that we can still go back and buy stuff on that list when the auction's over with.
Yeah, yep. And that's the site I was telling when you bring it up, you'll be able to see some stuff and you can see who won bids and everything. So we'll go over that with the people today as well.
Do you
Now, people every time I be like, go in there and see who won the bid, right?
yeah.
People are like, well, why would I want to do that? So two reasons. So if somebody outbids you, a lot of times people will they'll win a bid and they'll get the property and they'll get stuck because I get a lot of clients that's just stuck and they in over their head. So
Mhm.
if you was bidding against a person, keep up on that property and probably say, hey, look, if this too much for you or whatever, I can buy you out or take it over. Because some people, trust me, they'll be happy to get their money back and break even. Some of them be happy to take a small loss.
Yeah.
You got a lot of amateurs out there, and not saying this in a mean way, but it's a lot of people that were just speculating. So like they really shouldn't have paid no more than 50 for something, and they went in, then they bid it up to 65,000. Now they 15,000 over budget going into it before they even seen the property, right?
Right.
So, and we know 15,000 can make or break you on a deal, especially when you come in and you got to put another 80 into it.
Right.
And
That's you at 100 right there.
yeah, so if your comps don't support it, you already blew the budget.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pay attention to the list of the people that won the bids. Now, if you're an aggressive investor or a wholesaler, again, same reason. Maybe you're not looking for the people. If you're a wholesaler or even a realtor, you find the people that won these bids. Maybe they need to unload it real quick, or they do fix it and they flip it, and they're gonna need somebody to help them sell it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Cause I know like some of my clients they want the lots and stuff like that. Some want houses, but the houses they sent me, I'm like, so you gonna tear it down and just build later? Cause that's what you might as well do at
Right.
this. Like especially the frame houses, the frames, the brick ones. I don't mind putting the extra money into it because it's brick. But them frame houses, some of them you might as well just go and blow on it and tear it down. It's about to fall down anyway.
Yeah. If it's been vacant too long and it got too much, it's been exposed to the elements too long, them houses. I mean, all the windows being open, it's got a hole in the roof.
Hell,
Everything
all
is
the
warped.
walls, the walls be rotted out because they frame.
Yep.
You might as well just start over.
Yeah, so you got to gut that whole house. Nothing is holding holding the property up good. So
Yeah, somebody,
yeah,
Miss Eve said that those auction prices were ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, they're ridiculous to us because we've been here and we've been watching the market, right?
Yeah,
But
we
to
mad that we
somebody that just started investing in real estate or they're new to the area, it don't seem so bad to them. And those are kind of like the people that's running the prices up.
mm-hmm. Them East Coast people, West Coast, basically everybody who not from the Midwest.
Right. And I mean, overall, though, that's a good thing for the city. I mean, people spending money here, let them.
Well, I ain't complaining. I do the rehab. But the thing is, you got some of my clients, they'll put 150, 200 into a house that cost them 30,000. Because in their mind, I'm only out of 230, 250. This same house in Cali was $2 million.
Yep.
So they don't care. And they like the cap rate might be 11%. It's great to
Right.
them.
Yep.
They like run that. I ain't getting that nowhere. I'm like, oh, okay, as long as you aware.
And I think too, one thing we gotta like from an investor standpoint, I get too many investors that assume that they're only competing against other investors. That's the biggest mistake investors make in this current market that we got.
Yep.
Because you got to think about this. We came off of 3 or 4 years of people getting outbid highest and best. So the average, I want to say maybe three out of every 10 home buyers had a home to sell that they paid little or nothing for. So, and that's where a lot of that money was coming from. And to put this all together, so let's say you got a house that's worth, the ARV is worth 300,000 and it might need, 50,000 worth of repairs. It's on the market for 150. An investor come in thinking like, okay, I got cash. I'm not going to have much competition except other investors. Well,
Mm,
that's not true. You got somebody, a homeowner that'll come in and buy that house that's actually in the market for a $300,000 home. You might think they don't have any money, but what you don't know is they bought a house in Oak Park for 50,000 back in 2010. Now that house is worth 260, right? So they
mm,
got all this cash to play with. They're coming out here and competing with investors. So an investor for that same house for 150 acquisition, 50, 60 or whatever for renovation, and it's worth 300 or 325, the numbers start getting slim. But to a homeowner that's going to buy it and live in it, their limit is 300,000. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So their approach is completely different than what an investor would spend or invest into that property. So don't make the mistake of thinking that you're only competing against investors. And that has something to do with why some of these prices are out so high on the tax sale as well.
Hmm. Yeah, because a lot of people did me like, man, these prices ain't nowhere. I'm personally never bid it at the auction, so I don't know. But I've definitely been hearing how they like the last maybe 3 to 5 years they done started to get real disrespectful. I'm like, we all should have bought when everybody was scared when they was $10.
Yeah.
Somebody said we bid it twice, both went for astronomically high numbers. Yeah,
Yeah. Like I said, sometimes you just got to be happy that, I mean, you still got your money to invest in something else because you get emotionally caught up. And, next thing you know, like, oh, it's just another $2,000 or another 3,000. And them numbers get up there. So it's nothing wrong with not getting a property. Like the
right.
properties you don't get are just as important as the one or two that you do get. So,
Hmm. And I have to say that mainly to the women. Like I know y'all be getting on me. I'm like, look, the worst clients I've ever dealt with was women. They don't listen. Most of the time, they can come here. Like every female client I've had, except for maybe one, and all like I'm 4-0 in court. All of them was women that I sued or sued me, and I
wow.
won on the counter every time because they think what they like. Being in construction has made me a very, very accountable woman, and women overall they say women are not accountable. I actually agree with it.
Okay.
I agree with
All
women
right.
overall is not accountable. Now it ain't all for y'all come at me in the comments. Even if you do come at me, I don't care because you coming at me in the comments shows that you're not accountable. Because look at you arguing. So what I'm saying, like every issue I've ever had has been with a woman. And the issues that I deal with the women is like they over emotional, they overly attached. You're not living here. You want to do too much to the house. You think I'm trying to get over on you, and then when your Section 8 inspection failed, because you want to take 80% of the stuff off the rehab that I told you had to stay on there to pass. Then when it failed, you want to look at me like I'm wrong. And I just screenshot the text message where you said take all that off, and then I circle it with a big old red circle and a question mark. Like, remember when you said this and I said this? That this is going to fail because of that. You thought I was lying. Now here we are. And that price that I told you originally, because I was in the house, now that I'm gone and the tenant is there and all that, or the tenant trying to move in, now I'm about to tax you because you should have listened the first time.
My biggest thing, so like last 2020, this 20, yeah, 2024, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is my year of, because you sound like my boy we was talking about earlier. The biggest income was down from a production level, but life experience was great because I
Yeah.
learned how to turn down more clients. Like I have an ideal client, and it has nothing to do with like gender or race or anything.
Yep.
It's just different scenarios just don't work. Like the expectations are way up here. The reality is right here. Like I do business on reality. Like if you're an investor and you really speculating on what you're trying to do, I don't want to be a part of your failure. And I'm coaching you to not to not fail, right? So when I'm talking to people and they're like, "Oh, I want to be a part of Detroit's comeback and I want to buy this," and then you say, "Okay, what's your budget?" Well, I want to buy one of the houses that's $10,000. Well, that's good and all, but the truth is, probably 95% of the out of state investors that I dealt with that buy cheap houses, they buy them, they sit on them for years. Once they realize how much it costs to rehab them and they're not going to be able to flip them or
Mm-hmm.
the return on investment is not good, they sit on them for 2 or 3 years and ponder what they're going to do with the properties, right? And then you look up 2 or 3 years later, they owe taxes. Okay, so any value appreciation they had, it went up $10,000, $15,000, but they paid $6,000, $7,000 in property taxes during that time, right? So it's just one of them things. So like you said, your experience with your clients, sometimes we just got to tell certain people no. Like,
I'm there now. Like so this year, I took a lot of I ain't gonna say I took no losses this year. I took a big step back. Once I got out of that house from hell, I restructured a lot of stuff this year. Like I'm not dealing with homeowners no more. Praise the Lord. Then I'm getting all these certifications because I see what's coming. So like this energy efficiency certification I'm getting, even though Trump won, it's still not gonna affect me. It's probably gonna still help me because now he got Elon on board, which is all about energy efficient and stuff like that. That's still gonna help me. This energy efficiency, I found out this is a $10 billion a year business. 10 billion. Ain't none of us, but two or three, and then women is probably one or two.
right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm doing more stuff to get these certs. So I'm like, the more I learn, the more educated I get on stuff, it's gonna make me stop dealing with certain type of clients. Like I don't like somebody DM me today, like, hey AJ, I would like to talk to you for about an hour to go over my Detroit plan. No problem. Here's my link. Well, you ain't got a time today to just talk to me? No, the hell I don't. I have a life. Even if the fight coming on tonight, okay,
Right.
I gotta go to Home Depot and return a refrigerator. I got stuff to do. So if you want to talk to me for an hour to help you map out your real estate plan in Detroit, I'm supposed to do that for free. Them free days is gone. I have so much free info on YouTube for you to go through to do your homework to find out exactly where you need to buy. And the other issue I've been having with people, they want me to. Okay, so I told people about the Greenway.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be common sense to Google it and then you will figure out from there? Everybody they want me to get them step by step, play by play. I'm not doing that for free. I'm just not. That's too much time.
Yeah.
Now, what
I
I might do is make me a course and not go by that.
Yeah, I had clients like I have people that I meet with and I sit down, I hear them out sometimes, but it's more or less about okay, if I'm gonna spend the time with you, I need to see like I need to see some fruit. I need to bear some fruit from it. So like not necessarily for me directly, but like what you gonna do with the information I give you. So you get a lot of people, they'll just talk, 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 and you give them advice, and then they don't do anything with it, right?
Or
So
they go to somebody else and do something with the information with it.
yeah, that's true too. And they'll pay somebody else.
Right.
So
And then they get played and then want to come back to me, like, can you fix it? No.
oh yeah, all the time.
Every time.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, if I have an investor, if an investor call me and say, this is my plan, this is what I want to do, and I'll be like, okay, well, with your budget, that's probably not possible. And then they go into, but you know what you call it, and then this, and I think I'm like, with your budget, it's probably not, it's not impossible, but it's not likely. If they want to keep going on, that's fine. I'm not trying to convince you yes or no on your dream. I'm just trying to tell you what the reality of it is. You know what I'm saying? Dreams do come true, but sometimes they cost a lot of money. No, for real. Like a lot of people take losses. It's like this, right? Like I studied the stock market. I just missed out. I should have brought puts on Tesla when it went up to 350, right? I could have made a couple few $1,000s just this week, right?
Right.
But um when I tell people about stocks, and I'm not an expert, I'm still learning, and but I know my strategies is consistent. I take 10 to 20,000 and I make a couple $100s a week just calls and puts. It's better than rental properties to me, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a it's a different stream than just only having rental properties. So but then people will come like, well, what you think GameStop gonna do? Or I was thinking about Carnival and all of that. And I'm like, that's the same shit I get in real estate. Like, okay, you want to go over here and mess with the penny stocks. Not to say that you can't make money in it, but I'm showing you how to make money in real estate this way. That same 10 or $20,000 you was gonna buy on a spend on a house, that can be a down payment on something that's gonna give you immediate returns. That's gonna be a better investment long term for you. You just can't come to grips with spending 100,000 or 150,000 in Detroit because you keep seeing the $5,000 and $10,000 burnout houses, which again, which is fine, but by the time you rehab it, you still at 150 anyway, right? So
Hold on, I'm glad you brought that up. So people who buy burnout houses and think you can get around not pulling a permit, good luck. Cause this ain't the same Detroit from 10, 15 years ago where you could do that. For those who don't know, a fire damaged house is already reported to the city of Detroit that it's a fire damaged house. So when they find out that you over on that house working with no permits, it's going to be an immediate stop work order. Now you got to pull permits. Most of the time on fire damage house, I don't think they allow you to pull a homeowner's permit because now you get into serious structure.
mhm.
Believe I could be wrong, but double check that. So I said that to say, stop being cheap, have people pull the proper permits because it's hard to sue Billy Joe Bob, that you hired as a homeowner. You gonna sue yourself? Because I think you only can take them to small claims court. I believe. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to get like a construction attorney on here to kind of verify that. But that's what I've heard. But the
Yeah,
point,
but people got to be collectible.
yeah, hire the right person. Like, because if you paying them cash under the table, how you gonna sue them? You can't even find them.
You can't even prove you paid them.
That
That's the
too.
thing.
Cause
So
they could
like
be like, oh, they gave me cash and they only gave me $100 to be in that line.
it's a my attorney told me a long time ago, like if you ever have to sue somebody, they got to be collectible. Like if they don't have bank accounts, or they got terrible credit, they don't have a source of income that you can prove. Like it's hard collecting money from nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But if they own a house or a car, I don't care what that car look like. I'm gonna get my bread. Cause to me, it's the principle.
yeah, but I'm saying, like, we know a lot of contractors that's out here that ain't got nothing in their name. You know
True.
what I'm saying?
But
Not
they
even
come
that.
home from child support.
Yep. And they only accept cash, right?
But if they
So
file their taxes, we good. Cause I know how to take tax returns now. But I
yeah,
see what
but
you're saying.
most of them ain't filing taxes though. If they filing taxes, then good. But yeah. But at the end of the day, you either got to be legit above the board and do it right, or don't do it at all. Because the market is demanding a better quality product when you finish
Yep.
with the property, whether you rent it out or you fix it and flip it. Um, like you said, with the fire damage homes, I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes several times where the drywall, everything is up, house looking nice and pretty, new kitchen, and the city come out and be like, you got to tear all this out because we need to inspect the interior of the walls. We need to check all the
You ain't
framing,
gonna
the
work on
lighting.
that one because they'd be like, you could have got them pictures off Pinterest.
Right. Yep. So,
All right, let me pull this up. All right, so anything you want me to click on?
yep. Click on, let me see. So, first and foremost, properties not sold in the 2024 auction.
What is it?
It's on the, go back up. Hold on. Go, scroll down, scroll down,
I'm looking.
scroll down some more. Let me make sure. Yep, there you go. On the left side.
So either one or just both of them, or it don't matter.
Um, let me make sure because
They got it on here all the way to 2018.
yep, yep. So not sold. The first one that say properties not sold on the left at the top, because one is for properties that actually sold in September. One is sold in October, but then they got the properties not sold at the top left.
This the one you said that was Malcolm X house or somebody, right? The 313 Hay.
Yeah,
Dang,
that's funny. That just keep coming up. That was Betty Shabazz' childhood home.
yeah, I knew it was somebody you said. I wonder why won't nobody buy it.
Well, it was fire damage when we looked at it last, but when I first
Yeah.
found out about it, this was like 2018 or 19. Somebody actually had owned it and was trying to do something with it.
Yeah.
But I bring this up to say, like, it's still a lot of properties that didn't sell. Most of these, I would say, a lot of these are either like fire damage or probably like lots.
I'm about to
So
look it up.
yeah, you can get a head start if you want to spend the time and energy. But Of course, if nobody brought them, they probably wasn't worth much. But if you scroll down to the very bottom of that list, um, and you see areas like Redford, New Boston, Taylor, um,
Yeah, I see Inkster on here, Livonia, Melvindale.
yeah. So if you see something in Livonia that didn't sell or some of the higher price areas, it's probably a part of it's a parcel, but it's not big enough to build a structure on it. Because a lot of people made the mistake of bidding on properties, and when they looked it up on Google, they like, oh, that's a whole, but really it was just like a little slither of land next to a house, and they thought they was buying a house. I mean, it happens all the time.
So when that happened, I guess they just tell them like, no, we don't want to do it, and then they get their deposit back. I guess.
No, you don't get your deposit back.
I'd rather be out of that than some
Yeah.
tax.
Like you might have a property that's like, it might be a property, a house, and then like a little slither of land, and then a commercial building next door. So when you're looking online, you like, oh, this the address, right? This the property. And you realize it's probably like 0.03 of an acre or something, like, just enough to walk through like an easement or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so be careful when you bid. But this a list of what didn't sell. It may be some use to you. Now, if you go to properties that sold in the October auction, you
Hold on.
might have to hit the X at the top.
No, I was looking up these zero ones. I'm like, is that the real address or is that like a lot?
No, most of them are lots.
And then I was looking up this one in 48202. I mean, it's a frame little house, but where is that? I don't know why that didn't sell because right off the lodge.
Oh, you looking them up on Google?
Yeah, like this
Okay.
Burlingame one. It's on the corner lot of Burlingame and God, what school is this? In Hamilton. Like I would have bought that.
Okay.
Like I'm surprised that didn't sell. I mean, it's an old frame house that need a lot of love and tender care, but who cares? I would buy it just because of where it's at.
Right.
All right, so I'm sorry. What you want me to click on now?
So click. You gotta click the X. Don't hit the back button because it's gonna take you out of there. The X on the right. So click on the property sold in the 2024 October auction.
11 pages worth.
Yeah. So now this
These
the
good ones.
so this was the second. So the first one you would have seen the higher prices, right? The second one, um, they actually list the sale amount on these, right? So
You see this Marston one sold for 94,000. You know that's North End.
yeah,
That
but
sold
you
for
gotta
94,000.
think. So here's the game, right? People just overlook this whole part of the auction. So you look on here, and as the wholesaler, investor, realtor, anything, I got enough information here. If I wanted to work this list, this is say as an agent, right? I can easily probably make anywhere between 10 to 25,000 off of this list,
For sure.
just working this list. A wholesaler, depending on what county, they can make probably more, right? Depending on what their strategy is. And I'm just saying, from a realtor standpoint, you can make a lot more. It just depends on how aggressive you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I want people to pay attention to, two things. You getting the bidder's address and you're getting their name, right? So if you got outbid on a property, you just reach out. Hey, now the most important thing, the most valuable part of this list is looking through this list. Like you're gonna see some names several times, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see Jennifer Oliver, right? I think it was like Muhammad or
Yeah, Jennifer Oliver bought a bunch of stuff.
yeah, Farhad quasi. So, and then you start looking at, okay, what areas did they buy in? Were they just buying plots of land, or you look them up and see where they actual properties? You start identifying those. Well, you know they're not going to live in all these houses, so it's obvious that they're investors, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
either going to rent them out or fix them and resell them, do something with them, right? But out of all of these properties, it's going to be a lot of people that brought batches of properties. And let's say they brought 15. They might just be willing to get rid of 3 of them because it's just not working out for them, right?
I'm looking at these addresses a lot. I don't think I've ever seen this many local people buying.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
What
have.
I'm surprised is I don't see a lot of well, these were the bidders. We don't know what name the deeds are going in,
True.
because you got to keep in mind the bidder is one person. You can take title in another name, but this just still shows you that you got some people buying multiple properties and the names keep popping up.
Yeah,
So
a
from
lot
an
of
investor standpoint, yep, investor standpoint, wholesaler, realtor, go to this list and have at it, right?
even the contractor on the construction side. If you was a contractor just starting out, boy, I send all these addresses flyers because all of them gonna need rehab.
Yeah, yep.
Every
So
last one of them.
and also on the wholesale side, right? Or even the realtor side, if you're working with these people, ain't gonna stop buying properties,
Nope.
right? So now you already got a list. So let's say you got a property on Fullerton, right? Let's say you got a property at 1997 Fullerton, right? Well, Jennifer just brought 1993. So she should be on your list, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just different ways to look at it. Like it's some money on these lists. Then let's click out of that one. So that was October's list. Now September list, 2024. Um,
Way more pages. That's 64 pages.
yep. And keep in mind, September list was like the October list was kind of the leftovers, the stuff that didn't sell in September,
Mm-hmm.
right? Doesn't mean it was necessarily cheaper. It's just that at the time it just wasn't enough, people didn't bid on. But
See a
you,
lot of North End on this list.
yeah, yep. So the other thing with this list is you start seeing where all the money moving to. Like you said, the North End. You say, okay, somebody's buying 3 or 4 properties on one block, or they paid 50,000 for a house on Martindale. Then somebody brought down the street 16,000, but that person brought 2 on the same block, right? So you start paying attention to the little details, like um, this property on Cymbal, Cymbal. Somebody paid 130,000. Probably
Yeah,
was a
I'm looking
commercial.
at these North End ones. A lot of them is lots though, but still,
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
look at, yeah, it's just, but this is the research that going to actually successfully investing in the city, right?
mm-hmm.
Or investing period. Like, okay, we know what's on the market on the MLS and Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, and all of that. But can you really identify like where the emerging areas are? What does this information do for you, and what type of feedback will you get
Oh,
from
this
this?
Josephine was nice brick. It looked brick. It's behind a whole bunch of trees, but I grew up on the North End, so I'm like, all these streets I know. Cause I'm pulling them up while you talking. This one on Josephine sold for 71,000. Makes sense. Cause
Yeah,
of where is it? Gonna still need 200 in rehab, I'm sure, but it'll sell about 450.
yeah.
And what's
So,
crazy seeing these North End prices is everywhere I was telling people to buy like 10 years ago.
yep. So in the stock market, you know what I'm saying? You look at a stock, or like if you're doing any like option trading or anything like that, you start looking at something they call open interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just an indicator of how many people are trading that stock at whatever strike price or whatever. So you got to kind of look at this in a similar way, not exactly, but it's like when I'm fixing to flip, when I find a property, somebody present me a property that I might want to fix and flip. First, I'm looking at data. I'm looking at how many buyers. I'm calling realtors like, hey, I see your house is under contract. How many offers did you have? Right? If they tell me they had 3 offers and they was at or above asking price, I know it's 2 other buyers waiting for my house to come on the market, right?
Right.
So like that's the type of information you need to know where the market is going. Like it's good to know it now, and you're investing based on where it's at now, but also to know where it's going because it could be going up or down, right?
Hmm.
So this information is useful. I don't want to give y'all all the tricks of the trade, but if you know what to do with this list. I'm just saying that.
For sure. Yeah, I'm just pulling some of these up like number lots because I already know what's coming over there, so that makes sense.
Yep.
But just like how I'm copying and pasting these y'all and Google them, y'all do the same thing so you can see what it is, what people doing. But yeah, on the construction side or real estate side, like Reggie was saying, I start sending out to people some flyers, every last one of them.
Yep.
And don't send it to the address of the property, send it to the bidder address because that's gonna cost you more money and they ain't at the house. Or it might not be a house, it might be a lot. But I see hella North End, Dexter Linwood, Davidson on here.
I'm gonna tell you another one, right? So if I'm a contractor, right, and or even any of the other professions, wholesaler, realtor, you drive for dollars or whatever, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if all of these fit like your ideal area customer. For a contractor, is you rehabbing regardless of where the house is, you making money. I would I would have this list so you could set up if you have like a good CRM that you can link to Google and you put the person's name and address in there, like when I do my Google, let me see if I might can't show it on my phone, but one of the CRMs I use,
You need to
it,
share your screen.
no, it's on my phone. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. It might give me um I might have to be driving to do it, but anyway. Oh no, I did come up. Hold on. Um,
You want to text it to me and then I pull it up or what?
no, it's actually my map on my phone. I
Oh,
don't. No, I think I got to be driving for it to show up, or I got to be. But anyway, if your CRM connects to your through your Gmail account, like you're using your Gmail account to log into your CRM and everything. When
mm-hmm,
I'm driving on my Google map, I don't know, you probably can't see it, but whatever. When you driving, you got the Google map on your phone.
mm-hmm.
One day I was driving and it was like Miss Todd. And I'm like, Miss Todd, what the hell? Like, I don't know that. Then it kept popping up all these different names as I was driving, right? So what it was doing was it was synced to my CRM, and I'm like, these are my past clients. So as I was driving, it was showing me like my client is like 3 blocks away. Their house is 3 blocks away. Because in real estate, we do this thing called pop buys, where we pop by a past client house and we drop them off like I don't know, some type of gift or something like that, right? It
Mm-hmm.
could be something corny like a little shovel or something, anything depending on the season. But we call them pop buys to see how they doing and all that stuff. So when we in the CRM, when we're driving, let's say I'm going over to the North End and I sold somebody a house in Westminster. Well, if I'm going to look at a house in Kenilworth, it's going to show on my CRM, meaning my map, that such and such is around the corner. That's going to remind me to stop there. So what I'm saying is, if you got the right tools, you can export this list into your CRM, and you don't have to worry about making a special trip. Just when you out and about, you looking at your map, and it'll be like, oh, Philip Caldwell at 222 2230 Taylor, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh, and this already tagged auction buyer, and you just stop by and you put, leave a note or a construction flyer or whatever, because they're gonna visit that house at some point in time, right?
Right.
Or you might get over there and they're working on it or trying to do the work themselves, and you get to tell them that's not a good idea. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just another tool in the belt,
Yeah, that's
another
a good one.
strategy. Yep.
Right, let me see if we got any questions. Oh, somebody said that's genius. All right, on TikTok, let's see what somebody said. What do you all think about investment groups for starting up capital, which is heads amongst the members?
I love it. I was in an investment group before, and we was buying. So we started off. Everybody put in $2,000. We brought, and this one, good houses were 10 or 20,000. We got to the point we was almost buying a house every month, because once we got to like the eighth house, the income we was bringing in was buying our next house. So you got to think, if houses were 10 or 15,000, and you got 10 or 12 houses paying you 900 to 1,000 a month, it was good. The only thing with investment groups, if you're talking like just putting together a group of people that you actually know, I would try to keep it less than 6 people.
Yeah,
Or if you're gonna have more than that, you have maybe like 4 people in the executive part of it where they make the decisions, everybody else kind of vote. But you got to be able to move fast. You can't wait till you get all 20 people in a meeting to decide if you're gonna buy this $40,000 house. So yeah, just sit down. I think it's a good idea because you don't have all your money tied up, but it's just hard. Everybody investment strategy is different, and everybody risk tolerance is different.
yeah, that's true. Let's see what other questions we got. I don't like. I haven't done it. I remember trying to do certain things with certain people, but like you said, it was too many people, and I
Yep.
seen like it failing before it could even start. So I bowed out gracefully. And to this day, they still ain't did nothing with it because I already seen it. It was too many people involved, and then half of the people involved didn't know what the hell they was doing. So I'm like, how is this gonna work? Because now the people who don't know what they doing, they argue with the people who do know what they doing as if they know what they doing when they don't.
Yeah, and it gets stagnant because everybody got you. The thing is, sometimes you get too many good ideas and you don't act on any of them, right? So everybody I'm investing with now are actually other agents. So like agents on my team or agents that's in my office or just other agents I know. The reason I only kind of partner with other realtors is because we know the market. Like I don't, or even like yourself, right, or a contractor. If somebody come and tell you, if I come and be like, look, I got this house in Palmer Woods, they want 125 for it. You probably just like, okay, most people gonna be like, yeah. And it ain't a whole lot of questions behind it. Like
Yeah,
the worst.
Farm Park. Oh yeah, let's go.
Right. So it's like the worst thing that can be is completely fire damage or something like that. But it ain't a whole lot of thought and him and a han on it to go after it and get it. Right. But if you got somebody that's not in the field or that's not experienced and don't really know the market, you got to spend 3 or 4 days just sending them data to see that it's a good investment, right? Then they got to want to go see pictures. If I tell you it's 125, it's just old and outdated. They got a little water damage from an old roof leak or something like that. It's a no brainer. So only invest with people where if it's a no brainer, we can make it happen quick.
Yep. But then I think that stop a lot of people too. Is like some people really can't make no decision. Like
Exactly.
it's like either make a decision to do something with the house or do nothing. But either way, go make a decision. And then I've also learned or noticed that fear stop a whole lot of people from doing stuff. They just be that scared, or they be like information junkies. They buy all these courses, pay for all this mentorship, and still don't do nothing. I've never understood that.
right. And the best decision sometimes is no. You can't. You the fear of missing out is kills a lot of people. Sometimes just know if you don't feel it. I passed up a lot of good deals. They just didn't fit what I was trying to do at the time. So I passed them up so I can make room for the deals I really wanted. And those deals didn't come to 6 or 8 months later. So I'm sitting there 6 or 8 months like, dang, I shouldn't have passed on that deal. Then all of a sudden, I'm glad I did pass on it because I had more money, more resources to do a bigger and better deal. So
Mhm.
a swift decision will help you in a lot of cases, but you can only make those decisions when you're already educated and know exactly what you want to do.
Mhm. All right, more questions. Let's see. Um, I know I can look up the area by area, but is there any specific way to look up properties or lots on the Greenway? You kind of just answered your own question, but kind of like what we doing right here. Just pull up the map and go through it. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause I feel like people be wanting me to do everything for them, and I'm just at the point where I'm not doing that. I've done enough. Like I didn't have to say nothing about the Greenway. You know how many people didn't know nothing about this Greenway till I started talking about it the last 2 years?
But it's all public information though. It's just that it do take some awareness because I know people that live in the city that don't know about certain stuff. And it's
True.
just like, but I mean, if that's not on your radar, you can't fault them for not really being tuned into that. They got other
I
stuff.
don't fault them for not knowing because I do understand how the media plays where they just brush over the Greenway when they bring it on the news, but they not really explaining what's really happening. So like I know I've done that, but it's like I feel like people want me to just take their hand for free and be like, do this, do this, do that. And I don't feel like I should do that. I put it out there buy on the Greenway. That's all I had to say. Go look it up. Like and I feel like some people just don't want to do no research. Like even if you did pay me, you should still do your own research to verify what I'm saying.
Right.
Hold on. Do you pass those good deals along the ones that don't fit you? Fears for real.
Of course I do. I'm still a realtor.
Man,
I'm saying
that's
like when I meet with somebody selling their house, I'm either gonna buy it or list it, right? So and the numbers don't work for me to buy it, I'm gonna list it and make a commission off of it. That's what I do. And I've listed some properties and I've had people, wholesalers, investors, especially friends that I know in the business, they say, "Why you list this? Why did you buy it?" Like almost as if something's wrong with me or something's wrong with the house. And I've had deals where I didn't buy it because of who the client was, because I didn't want them, you know, I know them personally. It's a probate situation and the property's in foreclosure. They just trying to get out of it. And is I buy it, fix it, and flip it and sell it for 2.5 times what they, what I'm saying, what they was trying to get for it, and then they come back like I took advantage of them or something. Some deals I'll just pass up because I'm too close to the person selling it, right?
that's fair.
Yeah, but then on the flip side, I have some people to be like, "Hey, I just want you to get this house because I know you and I know you're gonna do right by me." And I make them a fair offer, and sometimes my numbers don't work for them, and I'm just like, "Hey, this is the most I can do for me for it to work for me. If not, I'll just list it on the market and find you another investor."
That's real. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people, the other part of the fear side is people be scared to walk away when they do make a decision. Sometimes they be scared to make the wrong decision or fear things going wrong. Like I get all type of stuff in my DMs. That's why I'm bringing this up. And I tell a lot of people like, get out your own way. Like you're never going to succeed at whatever it is you're trying to do in life, real estate, whatever, if you don't get out your own way. And I don't. Maybe it's the fear of the unknown. A lot of people afraid to lose money. Like, I'm a risk taker, so I don't care because I feel like I can always get that money back. That is sometimes them experiences be priceless, and all of us done messed up at one point. That's how you learn.
So the fear of loss is greater than the opportunity to gain, right? So
Hmm.
like if I tell you if you got $30,000 to invest and somebody say, "Oh yeah, it's a 50 or 60% chance you're gonna lose your whole 30,000," but they say, "By the way, you can make 25,000 if it go right." most people gonna be like, nah, I ain't risking losing this 30,000 because you already got it, right? The
Right.
opportunity to gain is that's possible. It hasn't you haven't realized it yet, right? So that's why a lot of people when they see somebody else do something and they make a profit, they like, dang, I should have did that. At that point in your mind psychologically, you feel like you lost out. So it's that loss again that you're fearing, like, okay, I'm gonna lose if I do it. I might lose if I'm gonna lose out if I don't do it. So that's where they're indecisive at. But the best way to overcome that is know what the hell you doing. Like know what you want to
Right.
do first and foremost. Like so many people call me and I'd be like, well, what type of return on investment do you want? And they say, well, it depends. Like if you keep saying it depends, that lets me know you don't know what you really want to do. It
That's
depends. But
somebody asked, "What's your website?"
mine is reggiesrealestate.com.
Alrighty. Let's see. Next question. Did I ever recover my truck? Oh, I went and got my truck same day. Like in Detroit, is this is a little real quick recap. So in Detroit, people who not from here, you got to be like your own private detective because the longer it takes for them to find your vehicle, the car company gonna still expect a payment like an idiot, right? And then
Mhm.
insurance still gonna want their money. Maybe. Well, I don't know if they pause it because this ain't never happened to me before. But the longer it takes for them to find your truck and you recover it, the longer it's gonna take for insurance to pay out. I believe my truck just got paid out this week, and it's been almost a month. So imagine if I hadn't went and got my truck the same day.
Right.
It would have took forever. Stellana still was calling me. I was like, y'all didn't get that email I sent? And the lady like, we didn't receive it. And I was like, well, the email that's on your website. She like, well, did you click on the right one for lease and buyers? I was like, look, lady, when I logged into my account and I click on contact us, that email is what I sent. I could forward it to you because I sent it and I didn't get no error saying it wasn't received to let y'all know, hey, my vehicle was stolen. Here's the police report number. That's it. So she like, oh, you got to provide the police report to us. I was like, I don't have to provide anything to you other than the detective's phone number and the police report number. Now, if you want to go on there and pay to pull the report, have at it, but I'm not doing that. And she like, well, most customers, if this happens to them, they provide all of that for us. Well, I guess this is the first time you're going to get a customer that's not doing that, Stellantis. Like, who is y'all talking to?
And you say I'm not most customers, right?
Yeah, I'm not most customers don't go get their own damn vehicle.
Right.
When the police pulled up, I had everybody there. They was like, "Wow, Miss Denson." I was like, "Yeah, let's wrap this up."
You had the tow truck there and everything, right?
One of my clients, he got his own tow company. I called him. I was like, "What you gonna charge me?" He's like, "Hey, you don't owe me nothing. You done looked out for me. I helped him do his I did his estimate for his FEMA stuff so he can get the get his basement fixed up and stuff. So like
Mhm.
I really be looking out for people. When I be needing them, they be coming through.
Yeah,
So
that's how it works.
I had Deshaun was there. That was my bodyguard or whatever. He the one who was like, let's go get it. Cause I was just gonna call the police. He was like, no, F that agent. We going. He was like, get your ass in this truck. Let's go. I was like, all right. So we're going.
Crazy.
And then he on the phone. I'm on the phone calling my like I got a lot of friends that's like, police and stuff too. So they like we was over there deep.
That's crazy.
Like this is a straight movie. I feel like I was in a Tubi movie.
You gotta make that into a movie.
I don't know, man. Like I was really hurt. Like I went on Instagram going off. Because I was really hurt. I'm like, all the stuff we do for this city, y'all gonna steal from me. And my father's like, well, Asia, it wasn't us. I don't know that. Like
Right.
honestly, I don't know that.
My wife was like, they stole Asia truck. I'm like, my wife be watching you like it's a sitcom or something. She be like, you see what Asia did? And I be like, no, I see Asia whenever I go on Instagram, but I don't follow her. She be like, you see what Asia did? She had a groundhog too in the backyard. I was like, oh man,
The whole rodent series this summer been doing numbers on my page.
that's crazy.
I've been naming them. So now, like your wife, she named y'all. And then like
Yeah,
other people DM me like I named my groundhog too, and I'm like, "What you name him?" I named mine Sylvester. What did you name yours? And they was like, "Oh, Fred," or one name there is Carlos. Another one name there is Cleotis. Though I was cracking up
that's crazy.
Because first it was the groundhogs. The possums been going on since August. I think we're finally done with that. It was 8 of them total that got caught. Hawkeye got one of them, and then the rest I had to capture, and then he take them and release them or whatever. And then I'll put rat bait back there. I got one on camera eating the rat bait. 2 weeks go by. Bro, you still here?
He was getting high. You didn't hook him up.
And I had put a pan of the rat bait out. The squirrel got it up to his mouth like this. I'm like, bro, the rat bait one for you.
Yeah, they just back there getting a buzz.
I'm like, now you about to be out here RIP, and it wasn't even for that's what you get for being greedy, Mr. Squirrel. You know, these Detroit squirrels are different.
Yeah.
But this been a eventful, this 24, man. I'm like, bro, I'm over this year. Like that, you know, when my truck had me hot, I'm kind of, I ain't gonna say I'm over it now, but I'm dealing with it better because I've never had nothing like that ever happen to me. And I don't want it to turn me cold or change who I naturally am because I'm naturally a giver. I naturally like to nurture and help people. But I was like, I just got to take a step back because, man, that junk had me hot. That was my third Ram. I never had no issues ever. And it's like, y'all steal this one? And this was like everything I ever wanted in the truck was that. That was my dream truck. And I'm like, I work hard. And it's like, I'm about to go to Chevy now.
But I mean, you know, that's their way of making money. They don't know no different, but it do hurt because it's an emotional thing, especially if you never had it happen and you don't expect it. And I always, you know, back in the day, I used to always be literally like just on edge about my car getting stolen. Or when I was young, I used to put rims on my trucks and all that stuff. I'd be like, man, I want to sleep peacefully. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like you don't know what they gonna steal. They stealing kids and everything. I'm like,
well, I asked the police when I had to go in and do my statement, and he said Rams number one. But see, I knew they were stealing Rams because they've been stealing only the 2019 to the 24 model. Before
okay,
that, I don't think they was really stealing the older models. So he said Ram is number one. Then he said all the Hellcats, so Durangos, Chargers, Challengers, which we know. Then he
yeah,
said after that is the Jeeps, because Chrysler is the easiest car to steal out here, the easiest. And Chrysler, the Ladders really need to fix that issue. So, you know, the 2025 version of the Ram, they took the Hemi out and came out with a new engine called the Hurricane engine. They sitting on the lot because ain't nobody buying them. Everybody want Hemis. So the police was like, that's ramping up the thefts too, because now those Hemis are hard to come by.
right.
And then if I told the insurance company, I was like, let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't just total my truck out, I'm calling Stellantis, I'm doing a voluntary repo. I don't want that truck back. Like, what are you talking about? If they talking about they can fix it, they took the engine. And the crazy part, as much damage they did to my truck, they wasn't even finished.
Damn.
They weren't even, because they still left like all the doors was on. The 2 door panels on the inside was still on in the back. The trunk bed was still there. The rims and tires, by themselves about $4-5 grand.
Right.
And the memory roof was still in there, and the transmission was still there in the front end, like the sides and the hood. Because I seen one that was in worse shape than mine when I got to the dealer. I was like, okay, so I was right. They wasn't done. And when I got to the dealer, mind you, this happened on a Monday. Tuesday, I took it to the body shop. This man gonna tell me you the 7th Ram this week. Bro, today is Tuesday.
Damn.
If I'm number 7,
That's crazy.
asked the police, what are they not stealing? And he was like, well, they ain't really stealing the F-150s unless it's the Raptors. I'm like, I don't want that. I was like, what about Chevy? So, you know, Chevy got OnStar or whatever. He was like, they not really stealing them. He's like, but to be honest, any American-made truck, it's this Detroit. So I already know what he meant by that because everybody work at the plant.
Yeah.
But he was like, just get you a kill switch, get you a high-tech alarm on there. And what's crazy is the day my stuff got stolen in the middle of the day at 12:30 p.m. and outside of Walker Miller. Like I was in class for my cert. And I'm like, y'all did all this in a couple hours, bro. Like, if you're this talented, go open a mechanic shop.
Right. They got one. That's where they was taking it to.
No, I don't know. Because they did all this at their house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where they mechanic shop at.
I guess. I don't understand because at first it was like I was pissed, but then at the same time I was impressed.
Yep.
Because it's like if you're this talented, go like, bro, you could be the number one shop in the city.
Yep.
But I digress. I'm like dealing with it better. I'm like, I told my dad, I'm like, I'm just gonna drive this free car that I already still had of his and the hell with a car note for a while.
Point A to point B.
As long as I get there and I got some heat, I got some radio. I ain't got power windows. I don't think I could go that far back in time, but
Nah.
it's modern. It's a 21, so that's still cool. Hold on, what somebody say? I love these points. Hey, Asia. Oh, what up? So Lynn is my locksmith. You ever need a locksmith?
Okay.
Yep, he on point. I've seen some properties on Zillow that say they are selling with a quiet title. Is there a risk of buying properties with a quiet title? This is a good question for Emma.
Yeah, well, actually, quiet title is good. I just want to make sure you're not confusing that with a quick claim deed. But quiet title is actually a process. So, like, it's a quiet title suit. So, let's say you buy a property from, example, the tax sale, right? And there's other parties of interest on title. You will go through the quiet title process to notify everyone. It's basically a suit against everyone that's on title. If they have any interest in a property, they have to notify the court and pretty much prove their interest in the property. But if no one comes forward or the court awards you quiet title, pretty much, that means everyone's interest has been removed from the title of the property. But I've never seen. No, I have. It might be in the comments that they've already quieted title, or they are going to quiet title to the property. So that might be in the remarks with somebody selling a property. But yeah, that's fine if they're actually going to do it. But if they say you have to do it, then I don't know about that because you have to go through the process, which means most likely you're going to be paying an attorney, and that can be anywhere from 2,000 to maybe about 4,000 is the most I've seen.
Yeah, I think mine was about it wasn't too like 16 or 1800, but this was a couple years ago.
Yeah, yep. And some title companies have relationships with attorneys where you may save some money using their attorney to do it. So um, yeah, it's not a bad thing. I would just have to see exactly how they're referencing that term in that particular listing.
All right, next question. Can you say the link again? I don't remember what link that was for. What up, though? I'm not sure if this will reach you, but if you would like to barter, it depends. The only thing I barter on is like get my hair done or something. I'm serious, like hair, nails, like stuff that's gonna benefit me. Maybe a discount if you work for GM.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you now. If somebody got a hookup at Carl's Golfland, PGA Superstore, or Golf Galaxy, hit me up. Or listen, if you got a single digit handicap, not a 9, probably like a 6
Yes.
or 7, and you want to give some golf lessons, I'll give you some. Now I'll take golf lessons, but if I'm talking about like on the course, coming out with me to TPC or something like that, Dearborn, and you actually giving me some strategies, I'll chop up real estate with you. We can barter that.
Okay, let me see. Okay, let me since you did it that way. All right, number one, nail, mani petty, and you got to be good. I don't want nobody who I'm just learning. You're not gonna practice on me, okay? Hair, same thing. You're not gonna practice on me. I already be A1. I'm A1 in my field. You need to be A1 in your field. Um, Somebody that work at Best Buy. I need a refrigerator. Or somebody who work at the Apple store. Always to use Apple products. I do need a new laptop. What else? Then we could talk about I don't know what's some more good ones, Reg. Now you got me thinking. I don't really need the GM discount because I found out that you can't use the GM employee discount with your business, but with Chrysler you can. Like with Chrysler, I was able to use the employee discount.
I didn't
But if,
know that.
but if you work at the dealership and you in the finance department, holla at me because you can make them numbers. Look, you can make them numbers do what it do. Whatever you got to put in there, we're going to talk about whatever you want to know right then and there to get my note around 850 because that's what my RAM note was. I need to be around the same note. Sign and drive. I don't put no money down because it ain't no point. Only thing I'm coming to the dealership with is my driver's license and a pen. That's it.
All right.
All right, what else? That's your only barter? It's the golf?
That's all I need. Like everything else, I pay. I mean, yeah, because most of the people, when it comes to real estate, they just want advice and some direction on strategy and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of the same way with golf. Like you'll be surprised. You go to the driving range or you play around with somebody, and they giving you advice and tips. And I'm like, dude, I'm a 15 handicap. You a 13. Like you not that much better than me.
Wait, what that means when you to say handicap? I'm thinking of disabled. So what that mean? I
No,
don't
so a handicap is based, it determines your ability, like your skill set to play, right? So like the pros don't really have a handicap. They're like minus, right? So if the course is a par 72, like I'm expected to shoot somewhere depending on the course rating, somewhere between like an 87 up to maybe like a 94. Somebody with like a 6 handicap is probably likely to shoot somewhere between like 78 to maybe like 81 or 82 or something like that, right? So
know.
the lower the handicap, the better golfer you are,
Oh,
right?
when you say
So
handicap, I'm like, you talking about the blue sign that's people have.
no,
You need one of
some
them.
of us need to be there on some days. Like,
Cause look, I need
need
that too
that
for the
job.
barber. So look, I found out. I don't know if this still true. This was like 2 years ago on this airport website for parking. If you got a handicap sign, you got some type of notice from your doctor, you could
Yeah.
park there for free in the garage.
Hmm.
That's $30 a day that I could save. So I asked one of the cashiers last time I traveled. She's like, "No, it's a certain form you need from your doctor. Then you give it to us, and then we give you another pass to put in your vehicle, and you don't pay to park." So my handicap sign was in my truck that got stolen. So now they probably parking up close. So now I got to give me a new one. So if
Uh,
anybody give me a sign, holler at me. I take that. That's my barter deal. So we got like 10 options for me. Only one for Reg, but 10
yeah,
for.
that's the only one I need.
What about golf clubs or something? You don't need that?
Yeah, I take it. Like I said, Carl's PGA Superstore or Golf Galaxy, like any discounts, any of that stuff. But the most important thing to me with golf right now, because I got clubs, right? I brought them when I started a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
But the lessons is the important part because like, you paying for lessons, then you got to go out there and practice it, right? But then it's one thing to be able to hit the ball well. It's another thing to actually play golf and understand how, like, it's called course management because every course is different. So
Yeah.
like you trying to hit over the water or you trying to lay it up before the water, then hit over the water, right? So it's just different strategies and all of that. And that's a big part of golf. So the lessons are good, but the course management is where I'm lacking at sometimes. Sometimes I just make bad decisions. Like I know I shouldn't have hit the shot. You hit the shot well, and it just be like, nah, you shouldn't have hit it 150. You should have hit it 120. But
Trying to see any skills. Oh, I do want to learn how to drive a stick shift because I want me a GT 500.
oh, your DM about to blow up. Everybody be happy to teach you how to work a stick shift. They be like, hey, I'll show you. But the thing is, you got a stick shift car available?
Yeah, I'm driving your car, so that's your clutch.
Oh, okay. Who
So
got a stick shift that you know? That's
Deshaun,
the
you
thing.
know what? Deshaun know how to drive a stick, but he
Okay.
ain't. But I don't think he got his. He had a Camaro when I first met him. I don't think he got it no more.
I don't know nobody that know how to drive a stick shift that got a stick shift currently.
Me neither. Not here. Like my family in the South got. They learn how to drive on tractor trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
Um.
Might
I'm-
have to go buy like an old Volkswagen or something from
well,
one
I'm
of the
looking at like a Mini Cooper, like just on Facebook Marketplace. Get one for like 2 to 5 grand and just practice on that. That'd be my
yeah,
little saver.
yeah. Or get you one of them old Volvo wagons. Them things last forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I still keep it whenever I get my truck, so I got something to drive down to. But yeah, you know how to drive a stick, and I could drive your car. Holler at me. And while we in there learning, ask me whatever you gonna ask me. Unlock or lock, that's Lynn. He said, "Great question. Liberty and Plymouth, Michigan work with me. A lot of people don't like them. I don't know who that is.
Oh, Liberty Title.
Oh yeah, I don't know who. I never heard of them.
Yeah, I worked with them before.
She's okay. You said her husband is a golfer. She'll sign him.
All right, you gotta be good.
He can't be on the same
So,
level as you.
so I got this saying. This goes for business and sports. You got too many amateurs giving professional advice.
Mm.
So I'm whoever I take lessons from got to be good. So like I
How
there
you
are
how
some
you gonna
people.
test them to know if they good?
Oh, I could tell. Like once you really get into golfing and like I could tell. Like I talk a lot of crap too for my skill set. People think I play way better than I do,
Mm.
but I'm gonna hold my own. But at the end of the day, if somebody tell me they good at golfing, I can tell. I can ask certain questions like how far you hitting your 7 iron. Like if I ask you what you got in your bag and what's your distances and you don't know or you can't pinpoint, like if somebody say I hit my 7 iron and they be like, yeah, I carry it 160, but I'm averaging my total distance is like 172, 175, then that's somebody that's serious. Like they dialed that club down till they know exactly how far they gonna hit it every time on average, right? So you could tell by the way a person swing. Like it's a lot of signs you got.
Yeah, I'm lost. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah, and some people be like, "Oh, I've been golfing 20 years," and they be crap. Like that
20,
don't mean
20
nothing.
years of trash.
Yeah, that's just like somebody I'll be running into agents that been in the business for I've been in the business 10 years and they only did 3 deals a year or something like that.
That
Like you
happened
ain't
with
got enough experience.
this contractor for a house I had did like 2 years ago, and I guess they had a handyman working on it. Boy, me and this old man was going at it in that basement. He like, "What? You don't know what you talking about?" I was like, "I know one thing. Ain't none of this shit you did in this house up to nobody's building code." He's like, "I done worked all in Farmington Hills and West Bloomfield." I was like, "And you did all that shit wrong, guaranteed."
Right.
Boy,
It
me
don't
going at it.
Hey, it'd be funny. I hire somebody to do like I used to get bids for like if I buy a property like in Detroit or Highland Park or something. Somebody come like, yeah, I've done work in Bloomfield. Like I don't give a fuck if it was in Bloomfield. Like I just need to know, can you put the roof on right? You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
it don't wherever the house is located, the only difference is the skills, your skill set is either good or bad. Now the difference in materials or how big or how much of it you've done, but I don't care if it was Hazel Park, Highland Park, or Hamtramck or Pontiac. You know what I'm saying? Is can you do the work? Right. So when you start mentioning, in other words, they trying to say I work for rich people, so your job is easy. That's what they trying to say, but it don't work like that.
Nah, bruh.
If you did garbage out there, you gonna probably do even more garbage on my property. So I don't.
I'm petty. I'd be like, "Oh, what's the address to those houses in Westwood so I can call the building department see if you pull permits?"
Yeah.
I'm petty.
I
All
don't
right.
even. What you did you do the roof or was you washing the floors?
Was you just delivering materials? Because the floor was like it wasn't even level. It was like pitched in the middle. Who walking on that?
Nah.
Who walking on that? And the way he skim coated the walls in the basement, instead of pulling like whoever owned the house, I guess they had glued the drywall to the block in the basement. So when he pulled it off, you know how it be patches everywhere. He just left it and painted over it. The plumbing was all wrong. The electrical, I'm surprised the house was still standing, one caught on fire.
Yep. And guarantee he ain't do that in Bloomfield and not get sued or arrested.
Sir, you would be in prison. What are you talking about?
That's funny.
More questions. Is there an auction in November this year?
In November, no, I haven't seen anything posted. I know, but sometime they will. I think what was it last year they did that?
They
They
did these
had
last year.
yeah, they end up just coming up with an auction to sell the unsold properties.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do December this year. I didn't see no announcement on it last year. It was just I happened to just be on there. I'm like, is it auction this month?
Yeah, most of the people that bid in October they probably either getting their deeds by now or they start processing them and getting them. But I will tell you this, if you bid on a property and you got like blight notices, um, you owe like civil fines or anything like that, you might not be getting your deed. You might get a notice. They're
Yeah.
gonna tell you to go handle that first.
Yeah, also with the blight, y'all, when I get ready to go pull my permit, because I pull permits on my jobs, if you hire me, they won't let me pull no permit if you got blight tickets or if I got blight tickets.
Right.
Make sure y'all take care of that. Any more questions? Oh, you got 2 pages, agent? I got like 5 pages. They all business pages. Well, one is personal. Well, Lady Contractor technically was a personal page at first, but here we are. Who is that we listening to? Is his name Bruce? No, is your name Bruce?
Nah, where the hell Bruce come from? Don't my name show up on there?
This on Instagram.
Oh, who's Bruce?
Is that your middle name, Bruce?
Nah, I don't know no Bruce. That's probably the groundhog name. That's
Oh, God, call me Bruce.
gonna be the next groundhog name is Bruce.
Next time I see him, I'm like, Bruce, what up, though?
What up?
Somebody said, get out your own way. Exactly. I should put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That actually would be a dope t-shirt. If y'all take my idea, I want a hoodie, large. I think the Denali pickup truck would be perfect. My daddy got that. I don't want what he got. Then he gonna say I'm copying him. Anything Chrysler, man. Crooks be calling me to make keys. I'm not stupid. Yeah. And then I went on Facebook Marketplace because the police, like, they be selling the parts on there like a dummy. Like, we can't send somebody to go buy them and arrest them. I was like, wow. So
Hey,
I thought he was lying. So I went on there and looked, and all I seen was Dodge Ram parts, some Laramie seats. I'm like, them probably my seats right there.
man, I think half of Detroit would have been locked up in the 80s if we had Facebook. Because it was like I'll be seeing guys, it's an attorney on YouTube, and he got like his whole theme is stop self snitching, right? So he be reacting to all of these like a lot of the rapper cases and all of that. He
Yeah.
be like, and they're snitching in the damn song. When they say spin the block, they mean they're gonna drive around and do a drive-by. It's like, but it's crazy seeing it from his perspective and actually seeing people or seeing stuff online. I'm like, why would you post that? But I seen it was this guy. I walked in the grocery store one time. You know how they had somebody might be like selling a car and then they put the number and they put the slits on there so you can take the peel one off for the number. It was this guy. He was like he had dime bags of weed for sale and he had his number on there. And I was like, he put this in the grocery store though. Like I don't understand like when people commit a crime, they so public with it.
I don't understand it. Like, man, who telling on me? You, bro. You.
Yeah, just stay off the internet.
But I went on there, so like what Leah's saying about the locks is true, because like it's like a tablet that look like an iPad is red, and that so anything with a push to start. Like this made me go down a whole rabbit hole after I talked to the police, and he said like Chevys are a little harder, stuff like that, but Rams is number one, and then Chevy. You remember back in the day when everybody was still GM cars with a screwdriver?
Yeah.
They learned their lesson and kind of fixed the problem to make it a little bit more harder. Rams just because the way they stole my truck, they used either the little box that's like my phone or they used the tablet thing and made them a key.
Okay.
And then when they make the key or whatever, the car still starts up, but it just say key fob not in the vehicle, but they still able to drive off because there was no broken glass, no nothing.
Damn.
So they just walked up to the car. And then when I went to class Wednesday and I was telling there was 5 Rams parked out there, they just took mine. Because mine was out there, Deshaun's was out there, and 3 other guys in class got one. But I was parked in the next block, like right without the camera view.
Okay.
So that's more than likely why. But he was like, yeah, it was a dude outside earlier that day, like just sitting around with a key fob, I guess trying to see which one was gonna click. And then when he seen him, he got up and walked away. And I was like, that's probably who stole my truck. And I'm like, see, I don't know. Oh, somebody said, would you do a skilled trades barter?
Yeah, I could do that.
Oh, that was Lynn. So I guess if you need some locks changed, there you go.
Oh yeah, yep.
Somebody
Lot
said,
change. Hardwood floors. Saying we just bought a house too, so I might have to revisit this.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
now that I'm thinking about it, yeah,
My only problem with doing free stuff like the barter, at least for me, I was the one who
yeah,
always did my part. The other person never did theirs.
yeah. And then like I'm a person like I'm. I don't know if this is good or bad, but I feel entitled when I pay you. Like I feel like I'm entitled to good service. If I
Mm,
don't pay you, I don't feel like I have the right to complain. Like if you missed a spot, right? So, yeah, I don't know about that. I want to pay you for any type of skilled trades work. Maybe the locksmith though, we can. It's hard to not change locks, right?
yeah, because
Especially
the other stuff, like either they take all day and it's like, bro, I might as well just pay.
yeah, or they just resent doing the job. Like, okay, we barter and you gotta put a roof on. Shoot, and it's 98 degrees. You ain't showing up for free. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So yeah, I would rather pay for that. But there are some skilled trades where I would barter for because
Yeah.
I bought properties with investors and I'm like, dude, don't even close on this property. You'd be better off walking away from your deposit. And they was like, thanks. And then the same guy came back and hung some doors for me on the property. So yeah, it can work.
The only skill trades I would do the locksmith. I would do grass cutting, like landscaping. I for sure do a tree.
Yeah, yeah,
I do like a clean out. That's probably it. Cause when you get into the major trades, that's when you get into the I'm doing my part, they not doing theirs.
yeah,
So I don't know. So we'll see. Cause this one guy reached out to me. He gonna trim the trees for me over there on Big Red. He got his own nonprofit tree company. I'm like, what I owe you? He's like, just buy us some lunch. I'm like, shit, you gonna get some good lunch. You know how much money you saving me?
right.
Somebody said stick shifts are definitely a deterrent for thieves. They can't drive. Well, they'll still roll it. Well, I understand what he's saying about golf, but I don't know how to play at all. Thanks, y'all. I guess there he go. Let's see what other questions we got. Get an F-150. I never heard. I don't like F-150. They too boxy. All right, that's all the questions on there. Let's check YouTube. Oh, he said Liberty title. Yes, a lot of people don't like quiet titles, but Liberty made it easy. It was no lawyers involved. I thought it always had to be a lawyer involved, unless they had one on staff, I guess.
No, they probably have one somebody on staff. Some title companies have it on staff, and then some title companies, like Emma and a few other title companies I know, they'll once they do the title search, sometime they'll determine you don't need quiet title, depending on the circumstance. So, but yeah, there's a lot of times when you have to do quiet title, and Liberty is one of the companies. But yeah, some title companies have an attorney on staff that will do that. But they probably added into the it showed up somewhere on somebody um settlement statement.
That's good. As long as it got taken care of, because you don't want no surprise later.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if we got any more questions, because y'all know it's fight night tonight. I thought the fight was tomorrow until I think I seen on somebody page that it's today. I'm like, I could have sworn it was on a Saturday. That's weird. They put it on a Friday, but that's cool. Anything else you want to say about the auction in general, like do's, don'ts, stuff to look out for?
No, I think they have on the site. Let me just double check. It's not. It might not be on this page. But they do have, if you search, oh no, it is at the top. It got 2024 foreclosed parcels as of May 9th, 2024. So
Wait,
these,
wait. Did I pass it?
let me see where you at. Go right there. Is that
Oh, I
it?
see it.
Yep. So those are properties, they were foreclosed but they're gonna probably be coming to the auction sometime in the future. Again, this is um one of those tips. If these people are foreclosed on, you need to probably get in front of these people and hey, you owe X amount of dollars. Let's solve that situation. I got some money.
A lot of North End on here.
Yep.
I see a lot of North End. Oh, this 45 pages.
Yeah.
Euclid on here. That's North End. Woodrow Wilson. I
Yeah.
still see that North End. Some parts.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna give y'all all the strategies and tips on what to do with the information. Just know that it's where to look for it and find it.
Okay, question for you from me, Reg. Would you be interested in doing a detailed deep dive on this on my Patreon that I'm setting up that I'm dropping next year?
Oh yeah. Yep.
No, I pay you.
Of course, yeah, it is.
Yeah, like absolutely.
I'm
Because I
trying to
mean,
go back.
if
I'm
people
trying to
pay
go
me, I
back
should pay you.
to Africa. I'm trying to go back to Africa.
I know, right?
Yeah, this year, yeah. I need the extra money. We bought a house and we gotta go to Thailand next year and Africa next year.
I would love to go to Thailand. I ain't
So,
never been. I got a whole little list of places I got. Like once I drop this course and I pay all my cars off, my next thing I'm gonna start on my rehab hopefully in the spring of next year. Then I have 5 doors then or 5 rents coming in. Cause just this one rental, like this boy paying almost everything. Imagine if I got 20 of them.
yeah,
And I'm just all Section 8. And then the ones I manage for my clients and stuff too. But I'm selective with that. I said I'm gonna do management, but I'm only gonna do the ones that I rehab because I ain't gonna get no calls.
right. No, I'm about to everything I buy from now on. I'm hiring a property manager. I ain't dealing with it, especially after watching these videos we about to start reacting to.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta let me know what day you want to do it.
Yep.
We could do it over the holiday. We probably have a big view then because everybody gonna be at home.
Yeah, that'll be a good time. Like, yep, either like the day before, or night before, or something like that,
Or we
or
could
the
do.
day of.
You want to do it on Black Friday?
People gonna be out. Oh no, people don't go out shopping no more, do they?
They
They
be
just
on their phone.
Amazon.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm waiting on
Yep.
these sales.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yep.
You want to do the same time, whatever. I come up here. It should be quiet up here then.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at my I'll look at my calendar and make sure we don't have no family stuff going on and put it together.
Right, no fish fries.
Yeah, my wife got all of those links. She loved them, so she the ones to put me up on it because she was like, people be like that for real. I was like, yeah.
Like this one, I remember a couple years ago, this one chick was arguing me in the comments because that's when I had posted a video about how to that you can get when I first got my first tenant tax return. And
Yeah,
like, oh, I know how to take evictions off. I'm like, thanks for telling on yourself. Screenshot.
right.
See, that go back to the song you was talking about with the snitching.
Yep.
People
Oh,
slow.
people be so happy to tell on themselves on the internet.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like,
Yep.
I don't know. But I guess any last comments? Well, we did good. It's just 8:35.
Yep. Do you have to have a certificate of
Oh, I
occupancy?
didn't see that. I'll put it up there.
Section 8. Yeah, pretty much every city. In Detroit, you got to have a certificate of occupancy because you got to be registered as a rental property. So you
Mm-hmm.
got to have a C of O, whether it's Section 8 or not. But any rental property, yeah, you're gonna need it. Now, the only thing with the city though, and they might have changed it or in the process of changing it, if it's already Section 8 approved and you can show that, you still have to register the property, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't do a full inspection. I know at least some inspectors will ask, and if you have the Section 8 approval, like Section 8 already inspected the property and
Yep.
you pass Section 8, they don't necessarily need to come out and do another inspection.
Yeah, if Section 8 passed, they'll give you your certificate of Section 8 to pass you. Like so instead of you paying for a true inspection, which is like a couple $100 with the city for them to come out, if Section 8 came out and passed your house, you can submit that with your C of O application and then they'll approve it, which is gonna save you a whole lot of money. And then you only have to renew every 3 years, I believe, instead of every two or every
Yeah.
year, something like that.
Yeah, so depending on what city you're buying in, or your property is in, just see if they acknowledge and accept the Section 8 inspection. But regardless if it's Section 8 or not, cities that have a rental certification or registration process, you have to have that CFO, period, regardless of the type of tenant that you have in there.
Mm-hmm. All right. I ain't got nothing else. I put the link to what we were looking at in the comments for the Wayne County Treasurer website, so y'all can go check it out, play around with it. Just copy and paste some of the addresses, put them in Google, so y'all can start seeing what's a lot, what's not a lot. Some of the prices are kind of normally I could tell by the prices and stuff if it was a lot or not, because it just be that ridiculously low. But sometimes them low prices be a house, and sometimes the high prices be a lot, depending on where it's at. The one we saw earlier, Reg, that was like 91,000 on Marston. That was
Yeah.
a house. It was jacked up, but it was a house.
Okay.
Look where it was at,
Yeah.
and it
Yep.
had a bunch of lots around it. So hopefully, don't nobody own them, and they can buy that whole half of the block.
Yep. And fence it all in.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, "Can I put it on IG?" Oh no, y'all gonna have to go over to YouTube. See, remember what I said earlier? Y'all got to start doing some work too. So y'all gonna have to go over to YouTube to my page. It's Denson Construction Services. Hey Dana, and then go to this and click on the comments. Like you see what I'm saying, Red? They want me to do everything for them. I'm past that.
Yeah, just go to YouTube, copy and paste, and go click on it or whatever you got to do.
Cause I feel like if you do everything for people that fear, stuff gonna creep in and they not gonna do nothing. Now, if you want me to do everything for you, you just gonna have to pay.
Makes sense.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
best thing is to learn how to do it yourself, get the information. That's why when we showed the list there and I was telling people those different strategies, I actually like sometimes I'll share stuff because people would do, if I gave you all the strategies, then I won't learn anything new. If I just tell you, put the seeds out there, and then somebody always come back and be like, I did this and it worked. And I'm like, damn, I ain't think of doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I learned something new. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is not here for I'm not coming on just to like teach you everything. Sometimes I'm just trying to tell you where the resources are so you can go and do it your way.
But I think when you go do the research yourself, it make you appreciate it more, respect it more, and you learn it. Like
Yeah.
you need to know. So when you do hire people, you can tell if they know what they talking about or if they playing you.
Yep.
So I think people need to do their own research too to an extent, and then maybe hire me or hire whoever to consult with or do a consultation. And then take that information and run with it. But you got to do some. Y'all got to do something. Like you got to ain't nothing free. You got to do something. Like I said earlier, I have 14 years of free content on social media. If y'all ain't take some of that information and go get a bag in Detroit, something is wrong with you. Because so many people done came up from the information that we've been talking about over these 14 years.
Yeah.
Like a
And
whole
I had a guy call me about a property that we had listed for sale, and he started talking about, yeah, I'm trying to buy it because I want to do this with the lot, and I want to use this for this program, and I'm setting up my nonprofit for this. And he went on and on, but in between, he was asking me little questions, and I'm like, wait a minute, he milking me for a lot of information to the point where it's like, well, what if I set up my nonprofit like this and then also set up a for-profit? Should I do an LLC or corp? And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, dude, I'm not a CPA. I understand what to do and I know what to do, but that's for me. Like, I'm not a CPA or an attorney. So sometimes you will get somebody that'll ask you so much stuff that'll cover stuff that's not even in your specialty or your, you know what I'm saying, in your wheelhouse. So I mean, yeah, it's only so much information I want to give. Like I might know it, but I'm not a CPA, so I can't give you advice on tax strategies for your situation,
mm,
right? even though I know some good tax strategies, but it's just information I won't share in public. Sometimes if I'm one on one with somebody, I'll say, this is what I'm doing that's working for me. You might want to consider it, or talking to your CPA about it. So that's me giving you the information, and then you got to go do the research. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to sit down and put the strategy together for you.
No. Yeah, because then I think it, like I said, I think it made people respect it more. They appreciate it more when they go out there and they do it themselves. Cause like, and I'm grateful for people doing that to me when I first started, because I wouldn't know what I know now. Like they helped me a little bit, but it was enough to be like, all right, agent, and I take that and go figure it out. But that's just the type of person I am. I like to learn stuff and figure it out, because then can nobody play you.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said this was great. Property Wire is a good free source to look up who owns properties. Yep.
Yeah. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody else in the group has information to share that benefits everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
she had to do the research to find out what tools work for her, and then she's able to share it with somebody else. So now that she's got the information that we provided with the tool that she has, now she can go out, or somebody else can go out and do the research that much easier.
Mm-hmm. Sharing information. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do if we bring real estate Fridays back, it's gonna be in the spring. Chase reached out to Marcus, the owner of the Detroit Pizza Bar, and they want to sponsor one. They wanted to do it next Friday, but I'm like, that's kind of too late because one is cold, it's starting to get cold, so the turnout might not be the same. And then that's right before the holiday. And then I think it wasn't enough time to really get it out there. So I told them we'll probably do it in the spring. So I probably if I bring it back, it ain't gonna be like April, cause then the weather be done broke, stuff
Right.
like hold on. Hey, damn, my whole name, Lynn. They told me
Oh, God.
it came up. I knew all about it.
Yeah.
when
And that go back to paperwork. I tell people, run your rental properties like it's its own business. Like you gotta have your rent rolls, you gotta have your P&L statement. Like what are your expenses every month, or you know what I'm saying, your annual expenses. Because
mm,
when you go to sell a turnkey property that's already tenant occupied, you're not really selling just the property. You're selling the profit of that property. So
yep,
people are investing from an rental income approach. So like, and then when you scale that up to an apartment building, we're not looking at just comp sales. We're looking at profit and loss. How much is this building generating? That's the difference. Like if it's only making 50,000 a year net versus another building is making 200,000 a year net, then the other building worth more money to me. Just simple as that. I don't care about comp sales, right? I'm investing for return on investment. So yeah, that's a good one. A lot of people, when we sell a lot of investor properties, they don't have nothing showing how much money that property is generating other than they mouth.
yeah. All right, let me see what else we got. Nothing on the gram. TikTok time, yeah, probably because it was my first time going live. Probably can go over an hour or something. Oh, sorry, Siri did that. I'm like, even though people know my name, but it'd be funny. Like I went to one of the I be going to the meetings for the Joe Louis Greenway, and this one
Yeah,
I was answering her question for her just in the audience talking to her. She like, and what's your name? I'm like, Asia. She like, and your last name? This and she like, no, you're full. And I was like, why do you need that? Like I gave you got first and last. You want my middle name? You want my date of birth too, ma'am?
she probably was a spy.
Right. She was a senior. You know them seniors. They want
Oh yeah,
what's your mama name? What's your first cousin name? What's your daddy name? You know any
yeah.
Williams?
They want to know if they grew up with your mama or something like
Right.
that.
You know any Williams? How many Johnsons you know? What?
Right.
Ma'am. Have a great day.
Listen, did y'all go to New Hope? Did y'all go to New Hope all the time?
Was your family part of the South Carolina club? Actually, they was, man. For real, what's their name? Oh, I don't know them. So what you asking me for?
Yeah.
People be funny, man. I love the singers though. They be cracking me up. The singers got the best houses. I be trying to tell folks when they selling.
Yep.
They got the best houses because they took care of it. It's all nice and upkept. The grass is manicured. If you step on it, they probably gonna yell at you. It's
The
great.
new senior is gonna be different though, cause I be
That's
getting
gonna be us.
ARP. Yeah, I got my ARP stuff in the mail. I keep ignoring it, but then I looked at them discounts. I'm like, I'll sign it up next year.
They said my sister went to the house. She like 45. She was like spam, spam, spam.
Yeah, nah, it's gonna be. I'm curious because everybody gonna have tattoos and these crazy names. It ain't gonna be no more Martha May and Maddie Lee and all of that. These
My
names,
grandmother was Maddie.
yeah, yeah.
No more
So
Miss Bertha. Uh, something first name is something else, but the name next to it is Jean, but it's still one name.
yeah,
No more Cornelius's.
I and all the grandparents gonna be listening to Luke, old Jay Z, and 50 Cent and
Facts,
Big Daddy Kane.
facts. Cause
Yeah,
by the time I'm 70, shoot, 50 Cent gonna be a. That's why I'm be listening like this was the jump back in the day.
yeah. So yeah, the new senior is gonna be different.
We kind of do it in now though, like with 90s R&B and early 2000 music. That's all I really be listening to in the car. I listen to some of the new stuff, but when I was taking my BPI certification test last week, I had my AirPod in this ear with 90s R&B playing. I'm just singing on the whole test. Don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. One question again. My senior side chick got a beautiful crib. Why you put the address out there?
Because he want us to buy it. So that's his sugar mama. She needs some more money.
Yeah, but if somebody really live there, I don't want people, I don't do that. I don't think you should have did that. Hopefully that's a fake address.
Yeah, he probably made that up.
People crazy out here. I think that's all I got. I ain't got no questions. Anybody? Let me see. Instagram. I don't see no more questions.
But he said he got it under contract. That's what's up.
Oh, so it is real address. Well, good
Hey,
luck.
how she your side chick and you got it under contract? You got that on lock.
That's what I'm saying. You run a tight
Uh,
ship.
I gotta learn them techniques.
You run a tight ship then.
She done took them ditches out, put the one. He like, yeah, come on,
Speaking
sign.
of not ditches, but just us being new seniors. So the other day I made like some pinto beans and cornbread, and all my friends like, "Dog, you such a wonderful person."
And life change when you start enjoying the stuff you used to hate.
Oh, I always see. I was you got to remember, my mom had us late. Like she was older when she had us.
Oh,
So all my godparents was like 20 years older than my mom. So that's who I was around growing up. So I'm going to Miss Blue house at the school in the 5th grade. I went to 11, right? We go over there at the school. It's 3 o'clock. I'm eating net bones and mashed potatoes and cabbage at 3 o'clock.
dang.
So that's why I was a chubby kid. I'm eating good. Then it's peach cobbler. I'm like, wow. And then I'm bringing that to lunch the next day for school. My friend's like, is that dressing? Yeah, y'all ain't no dressing. Like I was eating good as a kid, but that's why I'm a young old head now.
That's funny. That's why you be going to all them blues concerts.
Yep, I love blues. I'll be the youngest one there, probably more than likely.
Yeah, the blues is all right.
Look, I love blues. I know all the songs. My friends be like, "Bro, really?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Taylor. That's funny.
But I think because I was in the band, I was in the marching band and concert band, so I listen to all kind of music. But I love blues. Let me find me a good hole in the wall. It's a rap in there.
Right.
Oh, he said nobody lived there that he got under contract.
Okay, he done moved her out.
Well, go look at that list. There go your cash buyers. That's what I would do. Now that's the
Yep.
list, Jim. The list we pulled up, y'all got people address. That's your cash buyers list as well. So if you got a property for sale, look who bought in that zip code and send them letters.
Yep.
But then depending on what they pay for that said house and what you want, maybe, maybe not, but worth a shot. See, any more questions? Somebody said this was fire. Thank you. But I ain't got nothing else. You got anything else? Because I'm gonna go get ready for the fight. I know Mike Tyson better win. If he don't win, this was staged.
Yeah.
Because he's better.
It balanced out. Jake Paul he just really learning how to box. He know how to fight, but he's starting to box a little bit better, and that's the difference.
I ain't never watched him.
Yeah, I seen a couple of his fights before. Yeah, he fights. He not boxing.
Did you see Mike Tyson slapped him at the weigh-in or something?
Yeah,
I was
but
like,
it all be all publicity, to sell it.
I don't know. I'm gonna show watch it, and I'm like, it's on Netflix. That's so different, but that's cool. I already paid for that, so I ain't gotta pay for nothing.
Right.
At least you stay dropping game. See, that's what I'm saying, and that's like I really don't want the stuff that happened to me with my truck. Like overall, I still love Detroit, and my insurance adjuster, she was out of Connecticut, and me telling her what happened, she like, oh, I'll never come to Detroit. I was like, hold on, pump your brakes. That's my city. Although we got this, issue that happened to me, which is unfortunate, I still love this city. Overall, the people of Detroit are amazing. Like, don't do that, man. Let's
But
not do.
that's the thing, though. It happens everywhere. Like, and then when you ask a lot of people, like police officers and stuff, especially like if you ride on the border at 8 Mile and all that, a
Mm,
lot of stuff happen in the suburbs, and they'll like drop the car off in Detroit
yep.
or something like that. So it happens everywhere, and it could have happened. I didn't. I know I got clients, their cars got stolen in the suburbs that you wouldn't even think. But
The only difference I could say, like, so my friends from the South, when I sent them the videos, they still send cars on bricks in the South. That was 15 years ago for us. So
right,
a lot of my friends had never seen a car stripped like that. And I was like, y'all got to remember, Detroit is different. Everybody work at the plant. Somebody knows somebody. You got people who will go work at the plant to learn how to do this at a faster rate, just
right.
so they can do what they need to do in their, afterlife or whatever, their second life.
The fastest cars and the worst cars I've seen stripped in my life was in New York.
Mm,
Like, and this was years ago. I think they was probably like 5 years ahead of us in that skill set, right? Like
mm.
quick, fast. But yeah, it happens everywhere.
Yeah, that's why insurance in Detroit high. But I think that's gonna change. My insurance on my RAM was like $620 a month, and I had commercial, so that wasn't too bad. But I had a hell of a policy, like because a lot of my friends like, well, don't you got to pay the gap? I'm like, this is a lease. That's why I lease. That's on Stellantis.
Right.
Progressive gonna send them a check for I think it was like 55,000 something to fix my truck. I'm like, I know y'all totaling this out, baby. That's a new truck. The truck was
Right.
only 71,000.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, let's just go on, cash them out and give me something else next year. I might wait till the end of the year, like that last week. They might be trying to lower them prices then, cause they trying to get rid of them 24s, cause them 25s gonna be out like April or May. Mm-hmm. But if you ain't got nothing else, I'm done. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Reggie, for coming on as always.
Oh, anytime. I'm excited to do this reaction video because
What we got to come up with a name.
we'll have one by then.
Yeah,
What?
we
Let
got to
me
come up
watch
with a name.
a few more of them cases. We gonna come up with a name.
Yeah,
Because
like y'all crazy with Asia and Reg.
when that lady called the judge a B, I was like, oh man, this is and these tenants. I was like, and I gotta send you one with my man with the 60-year lease.
That was crazy. I seen that on Instagram. I was like, Houseway.
Yeah, so yeah, it's something out there though.
Yeah, we got to come up with a cool name. Like I'm gonna start back doing the 600-pound life because people still be asking about me that to this day, which be so funny. And I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna separate YouTube and go like take all the old ones off Instagram, and I'm gonna just call it TV with Asia.
that'll be dope.
Yep, TV with Asia. That's why we got to come up with a cool reaction name. We gonna start a whole new channel.
Yeah, just for reactions.
Yep. Like
Uh,
watch us as we react to y'all not wanting to pay y'all rent. The audacity. But tell the wife I said what up though.
all right,
Go Tyson. And then I'm
right.
gonna email you what I was telling you about earlier about the talk.
All right, perfect.
All right, for sure. Thank you, Reg, and you have a good night.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too.
All
Bye.
right.
All right, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all as always for tuning in here. Everybody who sent cash app donations, thank you. The good Lord is gonna bless you. What else I was gonna say? I ain't got no church announcements because I ain't having no real estate Fridays no more. I do believe I'm gonna bring it back. It just probably gonna be in the spring. I really don't know yet. To the people who've been reaching out to me, giving they I guess condolences about Big Black, thank y'all. I screenshotted some. I'm gonna do a nice post because y'all was looking out, so I appreciate that. Trying to see what else. I got courses coming, so I'm excited about that. I just got to sit and record them. But other than that, I think that's it. So thank y'all for tuning in. If you do want to barter, like me and Reg was talking about, his IG is Reggie is Real Estate, and I put it in the caption as well on YouTube. And my IG is Lady Contractor or Denson Construct Serve or the Detroit Property Shop or What Up Though Fridays. I got a couple. And I think that's it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Have a good night. Be safe and go Iron Mike. Deuces.